Now we're here. Don't think we need any headphones hooked in there. There's no audio output happening. Oh, man. Still feels weird. Hello, Rachel. How you doing today? That's a little better. Hello, Lateus. How's your day going, bud? Rachel, did you have bingo today? Scott Hart. I like that. Playboy Scott Hart, if we want to get technical. Yeah, so probably Levi, 1, 2, might be 2 weeks from, like in 2 weekends, we will record the Hell Awaits review. Last night was terrible, still being really sick, but at the moment I'm doing a bit better. Hope it stays like that. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling good, dude. So many people dealing with BS. I've heard so many people having pneumonia, RSV, just a common cold, COVID, you name it. Back in your room, Michelle was like, get back in there and don't come out. You're grounded. No, it was canceled because of the snow. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, snow isn't crazy today. It's cold out. It's pretty bitter, but snow's not too bad. It's to be expected this time of year, especially in this area. Let's see here. Nope, that didn't do anything. That's okay. Oh, man. So the night after we shaved my head, I had a dream that I woke up and the hair had grown back. So we had snow in Amsterdam here today, which again is really rare. But because I was sick, I couldn't go out. I think it's funny because we didn't have snow in December. That's true. Yeah. We had like 1 or 2 snowfalls here in December, I think. And we did have we did have a white Christmas, but it was gone right after that because temperatures went up in the 50s and it rained. Yeah, Bobby, I'm stealing your gimmick, dude. I saw your comment. No, Bobby, there's not enough snow here to share, so I'm not sending you any. Maybe somebody else will, but I cannot. Sorry. You're insatiable when it comes to snow, so I cannot satisfy you. What's wrong with it growing back? Because, I mean, it will grow back. My hair grows back, does kind of very fast, but it won't be anything I'm going to be doing. This is going to be the look. 6 inches so far. Okay, so you're cold. You're covered. You're good. That's actually more than we have here. Yeah, my hair will grow very thick right around the sides and the back, but there will be like nothing up here. We had snow, I think, in November, maybe in early December. No need double digits. Yeah, there you go. No, I need double digits. Oh, okay. All right, give it a little time. Please share snow to Netherlands. As a snow lover, I bet I have the worst time of this whole chat. Well, I do hope you feel better, Lateus. Remember now, you have a reaction request gifted to you from Evalani, so you have to find something for me. Now, it doesn't have to be metal. It can be pretty much anything. if there's some kind of, folk music from the Netherlands you're familiar with, or some other kind of music from that area, or Euro type music that you want me to check out, send it over. Cool. I'm a little disappointed because there was someone I kind of wanted to see. That's too bad. I'm sorry. Should there be another chance? I think starting tomorrow we can get back to some kind of sense of normalcy because it's a full week, there's no days off, and it's kind of back to normal, which has not felt like that since before Thanksgiving. Have you heard what is it? The Who cover Saboteur? Yes, I did a reaction to that on my channel a while ago. I will definitely not send you what is popular here. It's an EDM music, but the festival it's from has the best fireworks show in the world. And I mean, I like it, but you definitely don't. Still, I'll stick to metal, I guess. Okay, that's fine. I'm not an EDM guy, so that's okay. Buddy of mine at work, his son actually is an EDM producer and does quite well with it. Actually, he lives out in the western part of the states, like Montana or North Dakota, someplace out there. So far about an inch of snow here. Okay. That's not too bad. Have to check in with our friends down south. Have to see if they're going to be getting some snow. I thought they were. Possible 8 inches by tomorrow afternoon. Oh, okay. Yeah, this Polar Vortex, which is such a cool name. That sounds like it should be a black metal band. Levi, I don't know if you're familiar with this. Saw this on TikTok. There is a probe that was able to go to the sun and record video and audio of the sun's atmospheric conditions. It's solar wind. The sun has wind. If you listen to that, I swear some atmospheric underground black metal band is going to utilize that as the basis for an album because it sounds so much like something a black metal band would do. The language in the songs don't matter, right? I might send some Taiwanese metal. It's sick. No, language does not matter at all. It would be good if there is closed captioning with English subtitles, possibly, but if there isn't, there isn't. It's okay. Oh, there is. All right, sweet. I know there is metal from all around the world that I am not familiar with that I'd love to get a chance to check out. Since I'm back on the schedule of one video a week, there'll be a reaction next week that I'll be doing for Walter. The following weekend is probably going to be me and Levi doing our Metal 40 Plus episode of Slayer's Hell Awaits, which turns 40 this year. The following weekend after that, I got to reach out to Panda to see if she wants to collab on something to put out that weekend. So, Lateus, I may not get to your video until February. My first reaction video of the new year is up and been getting a lot of attention, which I'm very happy about. Up to about 1,800 views so far. A lot of likes, a lot of comments. It's popping the subs, too. Yo, that's right. You do go back to work this week. Yep. And we now have Netflix back again in the house. So tomorrow night we'll be glued to checking out the debut of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Hello, Rhonda. How you doing today, hon? Apologies, I've not been proactive about playing a DBD with you guys. I'm just so obsessed with Fast Food Simulator right now. That's all I think about playing. Matter of fact, I just went on Twitch and played some. Although I do have to make some adjustments because it was kind of lagging a little bit. Otherwise, Rhonda, I think you saw took the day off today. You got some nice stuff at the store. How else are things going? Also, yay for Netflix. Yep. DVD. So I'm curious to find out. Good grocery shopping, yes. I'm curious to what's going to happen tomorrow when I walk in the office like this. Some people have seen the picture of me already that I work with on social media and stuff, so they won't be too shocked. But some people are going to be like, the hell? Would you rather have lag frequently or that the game crashes after like half an hour to an hour? I'd rather have it crash on me, because even if I got like a half-hour gameplay, it would be smooth and no issues. So I could still, have that up as content or clip it to put on social media in some respect. Lag is just annoying for everybody. Mm-hmm. No lag. I got to tell you, the when I'm doing live streams, I don't know what this is, a YouTube thing or what. My live streams I do like this, where I'm chilled out and I'm using the laptop, and it's widescreen like this. They get people checking them out afterward, because I see the views. But when I'm doing the streams on the phone, they get way more views, and I don't know why that is. You follow your coworkers on social media. I'm half tempted to follow my boss on Instagram, but I don't want to be pushy. Give him some space. We can talk at work. Yeah, that's fine. It's mostly on Facebook that I have those people, and I don't really do much on Facebook these days anyway. But when I put the post up about, the change and all that stuff, a lot of people checked it out. You're going to make Ratatouille. Now I want to watch that movie. You know what is the worse than lag? I once had my computer burn up, and I could barely avoid the house from being burned. Whoa. Yeah, you better watch that. Damn. What were you using? An Apple Macintosh circa 1993? My computer used to have to handle insane renderings processes that were, as appeared, too much for it. Okay. You overworked it, huh? You overworked it, Queen. Yo, Metal Band, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Hails to you, man. Ben, I did mention to you last time that I'm going to hook up with you so we can do a stream sometime, talk about an album that's going to turn 40 this year. It's going to take a little while before we get that. I'm going to try to do one a month. So I've already got Levi lined up to do it with me this month. So I will be in touch on when we're going to get that going on here. On your last week break at work, only 3 hours till I get off. Well, not too bad. Yeah, if anybody has snow, don't tell Lateus. He's going to be upset. Wow. Lateus has a snow fetish. It's been unlocked. Saying bye to carbs. Oh, wow. Good luck with that, girl. I cannot do it. Me and carbs have been friends for too long. I do. It's true. Cutting bread and pasta. Well, best of luck with that, Rhonda. Stick to it. Don't stress yourself out over it. If I could, I would, but I love bread and pasta too much. I just cannot do it. Although I don't eat white bread anymore, I do wheat. Pasta, we did use like the Protein Plus different kind of wheat pastas, but they're too expensive nowadays. So sometimes you just got to revert back to the good old stuff, good old Durham wheat. I don't have celiac or anything like that, so I don't worry about gluten. Gluten's cool with me. I love gluten. Yeah, without bread and pasta, half of Europe would die. Yep. Well, I tell you, the thing is, we here in America, we can't control our portions. So y'all in Europe probably are way better at controlling that. So, oh, your thyroid's acting up. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michelle's been having that problem with her thyroid for a while. She got on a thyroid medication. It helped level her out. But she does have to talk to the doctor because we think maybe the thyroid's a little off again. She's sleeping a lot more lately, so may have to back down on the thyroid medication. Diet change it is. Yeah, change. And that was the whole point of this, me streaming the shaving of the head, was change is inevitable, and you have to embrace it. It would solve the housing crisis, but it would make a little much more boring. Giving up spaghetti, lasagna, and pizza would be way too hard. Ain't that the truth? Oh, my God. I couldn't function if I couldn't have that stuff. Especially chicken parm. Yo. Hypothyroid and Hashimoto's I have. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It would cripple the economy of my neighborhood seeing the amount of Italian places and traditional Dutch bread pastry stores. Yeah. My big thing is sugar. I need to cut back on sugar substances, things like that. They say it takes 2 weeks to change a habit. Detox. So gonna be fun transition. Yeah. It's mental as much as anything else. If you consciously focus on the idea that, if I eat this, I will have this pain, or I will have this issue, or it's going to do this to me. If you really weigh those options and put them across the pleasurable factors of it, the pain's more prominent. So the more you concentrate on that, your mind will say, you don't want to do this, because it's not going to be a benefit. Word. Yeah, like I said, for me, it's sugar factor. I don't go nuts with it, but for the last 2-3 months, it's been ridiculous because of Halloween and the holidays, and just going way off with stuff. Should get back to not eating desserts for a while. I don't drink sugared sodas. This is always Coke Zero. Drink more water. Make sure you get the water into you. I work at a grocery store, the Fresh Market. We get 30% discount, so yeah. Can't eat sugar, so for me, that's not an issue. Oh, well, that's good for you, man. And also for me, it's lack of movement and keeping active. I just flop on the couch sometimes and I don't move, and that's not good. Things with sugar taste so bad for me, as I almost never ate that. It's kind of a blessing. Yeah, that is a good thing. Yeah, I met people who are like, they don't like chocolate, or, they don't like this, that, and the other. Like, what? But then I look at it from a different perspective because I don't drink. People will say to me, you don't drink alcohol? I'm like, no. And it's almost like they look at you like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what's wrong with you? you know? So it's like everybody in my office drinks, and some drink more than others. So if we go out, if we have like an office function externally, it's at a beer place or something like that, everyone's having beer, everyone's having wine, I'm not. So people would just look at me like, oh, you're not drinking? No, I never drank. I don't drink. Oh my God, really? No, I don't. So, but also you look at somebody like that doesn't like chocolate or something like that. I look at them like, really? What's wrong with you? Don't be a hypocrite. You look at the same way other people who don't drink. So don't judge them, and they won't judge you. Let's see. I appeared in my life where I couldn't drink, and it literally separated me from so much of life. Like friends want to go drink and always go crazy with it. I've never been, I've always kind of been the odd man out with a lot of things in my life, so I just got used to it. And people didn't, people were going out drinking and stuff. I'd hang, and if they needed a ride, I'd give them a drive. I'd drive them around if they needed a ride. But thankfully, I was with a group of people that, if they were partying or whatever, they didn't push it on me. So, but you really can't be there sober, right? That's terrible. Well, like I said, I would be there sober, and the fun thing when you're being sober is how much you can mess with everyone else when they're drunk. So, it's a give and take. I really don't want to be the babysitter. I didn't mind that factor, but like I said, I would mess with people, on a small level, because I got to stay entertained too. if I was hanging with my bands back in the day I was jamming with, and they would step outside from the practice room and they'd all have like smoke up or something like that, and they'd share that in a circle. I'm in the room jamming up, warming up, and you okay, Scott? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, we'll be ready soon. No problem. They'd never pass it to me. They'd say, hey, come on, you got to try this. Nope, never did that with me. Probably for the factor that they knew I was not going to try it. So, yes, Miss Blanche, I shaved my head. I did that Friday. You obviously didn't stick around on the live stream Friday night. But the video is on my channel, so you can watch that if you want to. I very rarely drink. I don't drink much when I go out. I end up going by myself. I guess they were done with drinking, like they were done with that part of life. Well, you did have those rum and cokes around New Year's Eve, I think it was. Still went by myself. God, it still feels weird to do this. And after I did it, I said to myself, I wish I had done this sooner. But it was the right time for the right reasons. I think Michelle is napping. I think I just heard her snoring. And that's okay. Sometimes people say that part of my life is over, so I always felt because I didn't do it sooner. Getting back to the food discussion there, I've started kind of getting back into my intermittent fasting routine, where I try to not eat. I get up in the morning, I just have some coffee, and I drink water until around noon. Then I have lunch. I try not to snack during the day, dinner at night, and lately it's been, dessert at night has been something like cake or cookies or something like that. So I can still do that in some respect, but I have to put like a hard stop on myself at like 9 p.m. So if I don't eat between like 9 p.m. and noon the next day, it's better off. And I'm not just like ravenous in any way. I'm not starving myself. I'm just not ingesting stuff I don't need. So I have so much excess, body fat that I can burn off and live off of. I think I hear a dog outside. I don't go crazy or anything. The bar I went to was the same bar I went to when I threw up in their bathroom around the floor by the door. That was 3 years prior. There you go. Leave your mark. Oh, nope. That's a cop car alarm. Yep, there it is, the siren. Okay. I saw some food videos I think you'd like. Oh, send them along. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back to you guys. Okay, we're back. Oh, the fudge recipe looked good. Yes. My best friend reminded me of that on New Year's Eve. I haven't forgotten. That's what friends are for. Where'd the sexy bald guy go? Well, I'm right here. I don't know about that. Should we do it like a reaction, or should I just send them to me? It's okay. It's kind of like what Me Metal Mike does. He sends me videos on Instagram all the time of food porn, if you will. Okay, cool. Dun, 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 dun. Oops. There we go. I've never watched Lord of the Rings. I've never read Lord of the Rings. I know Rhonda is a big fan of Lord of the Rings. My friend Walter loves it. I've just never found it intriguing or interesting in any way. So, yeah. Just never my thing. I'm a Star Wars guy, so that satisfies my sci-fi, fantasy, Eldritch type nerd nerve that needs to be tickled every once in a while. Yep, I got it, Rachel. Damn. Whoever came with that idea of encasing food in bacon is a genius. Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Yikes. That stuff looks amazing. Rivendell is fabulous. What's that? I bet the Elvish Rivendell army could take on whole fleets of Star Wars things. Grr. Okay. I love Star Wars. I couldn't get into Star Trek because I thought it was boring. However, I've seen Star Trek Voyager the most. Mm-hmm. Lateus, if you have not watched the movie Clerks 2, I request you check it out because there's a very poignant scene discussing Lord of the Rings versus Star Wars. And I am Randall. The glare. You're welcome. C6 in person. He's generating his inner legend right now, making fun of the glare. I've seen bits and pieces of every Star Trek series, but that's the one my mom used to watch a lot. Swipe, 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 getting rid of messages. Okay. His page is Men with the Pot. However, the name is one word. Oh, okay. What's this? Okay. Done. He's also on Facebook, but I think he updates YouTube more. Okay. Yeah, we are supposedly, today's the 5th, so we're 2 weeks away from TikTok being banned in the United States. What's up? Got any good Buddha jokes lately? Seem to have grown more wise than the last time we saw each other for some reason. Yeah, it's clarity has overcome my dome because now the energy is now not being stopped by the minimal follicle brush that was there. So now it just enters in clean, more zen, if you will. Oh, bop bop. Yep, 2 weeks from today is to be the ban of TikTok in the United States. I know there's like Supreme Court shit going on and TikTok's appealing this and blah, 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 but doesn't seem to be doing anything. So if anybody out there, does a lot of stuff on TikTok, I hope they have a backup. I think there's another program, Lemon8 or something like that people could use. Found out today that Trump is mad. The flag will be half-mast because of the dead and former president during his inauguration. Is that true? Yes. That'd be so fun. Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous. The fact that he's upset about it, should not matter. It is deemed by Congress that when a president dies, the American flags are to be flown at half-mast out of respect for 30 days, which runs into his inauguration, which is the 20th or 21st, one of those 2 days. I won't be watching. I don't care. But yeah, the flags are supposed to be at half-mast for that respect, and he's being himself about it because it's all about him. So, and plus Carter was a Democrat. Oh my God. So, yeah, I know. Bigger shit in this world to worry about than flags. Flags don't mean anything. As the great George Carlin said, I consider them to be symbols, and I leave symbols to the simple-minded. Flags can be nice if they're well designed, in my opinion. Like, look up the flags of Wales or Bhutan. Who wouldn't want a badass dragon on their flag, right? Dragons, lions, bears, things like that are cool. Let's see. I can tell you that if it doesn't support Trump, Trump doesn't support it. Exactly. So, I'd love a dragon. Let me see if I can look them up here. So that was the flag of Wales and Bhutan. Oh, yeah. So that's the Welsh flag right there. So that's the red dragon. And the Bhutan flag, can't really make it out. I'm sorry. I got to lower this somehow so you guys can see these images. I think the Welsh one is better. Bhutan is orange and yellow. The other one's a red dragon on a green and white background. I think that's cooler. Too much glare. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me see here. I'll try turning the brightness down. Let's see. Is that there? We go. That's better. So that's the Welsh flag. And that's the Bhutan flag. Again, I think the Wales one is better. I'm alive and well, Rachel. Mm-hmm. You like the Bhutan flag better? Mm-hmm. What does it say? Drake beats Bhutan? I'll take your word for it. So, kind of an easy night tonight. Nothing going on. I would vote the Welsh one, but the Bhutan one is more unique, more detailed, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Oh, Drake is the Dragon of Wales. Oh, okay. But it's just like, and my Asian friends get mad at this, the Welsh dragon could beat their Asian dragons. Hate on. Yeah, so otherwise tonight it's a quiet one. I've already gone out for the day. I went to the store, grabbed stuff we needed, got gas, so I don't need to worry about doing that in the morning. Um, cool thing is I can wear hats now to work and not worry about it messing up my hair. And I'm going to need to wear hats with the temperature that it is. I do have to get one of those, toque type winter hats, but I want to get something cool. I don't want to get just like a plain color. I want to get something on it, like a band logo or something like that. We're having a friendly conversation about dragons. Let's not start a fight now. Exactly. Dragons are meant to be fun, I love all dragons, exactly. We're tolerant to all dragon-type reptile creatures. What hair? You barely had any. Damn, Rachel, thanks. Wow. Showing your true colors now, aren't you? My focus is a research class for master's degree in social psychology. The research proposal is about medical applications for hypnotherapy. Lateus, wasn't your boyfriend or is your boyfriend Asian too? And if I'm delving into territory you don't want to talk about, let me know. I love you. Sure you do. Yes, I know. Is and yep, Taiwan. Okay. Mm-hmm. I love all dragons except drakes and worms. They can all buzz off. You know I do. You know I do. There you go. Yes, I know. I love you too. Worms are bitches. That's a T-shirt. That should be a T-shirt, a bumper sticker, something like that. Worms are bitches. Very niche, but it would sell to a certain nerd type population. That would definitely, they would definitely buy that. I just know worm is a type of dragon. What the actual definitive description of it, as opposed to a normal dragon we might think of, is, I'm not sure. Yeah, well, all you need to know is they are bitches. So they're basic bitches. Worms are basic bitches. Gotcha. Drakes, dragons with only 2 legs and no arms. Worms, dragons with no legs or wings. Okay, there you go. And there you have it. Cool dragon stream, yeah. Both originated supposedly from European folklore. Needs more of this sometimes, yep. A dragon was just, a terminology used for a giant snake, a giant reptile. And then through various literature, dragons started to evolve into something bigger, more grandiose. Eventually they could breathe fire, guard treasure, they could fly, all those kinds of things. Michelle's a big fan of dragons. A lot of the shifter books she reads, there's characters that turn into dragons or can be a dragon that turn into humans. She's a huge fan of How I Train Your Dragon, which I've become a fan of too. So, yep. Our folklore was so dull. And we as a species, we knew about the existence of dragons before we knew about dinosaurs. Sea monsters to worry about, not flying, fire-spewing horrors of creatures. Yep. Yeah, Daniel Cohen, who is an author from the New England area, I remember seeing an interview with him when I was a kid, talking about the influence of dragon creation in literature, leading to man's curiosity about the past here, leading to the dinosaur discovery. Ask her what dragon book she's reading, and I'll see if I can find an audiobook. Okay. Basically, think the worm as a, what is it? Basilisk from the Harry Potter movies. Drakes are the Hungarian horntail from Goblet of Fire. No, but actually, on that, many people in Taiwan believe dragons existed, because how else around the world is there the concept of dragons? Can dragons be considered dinosaurs? I don't think so. No, because dragons are fictional. They're mythical creatures. Dinosaurs were actual creatures. There were pterodactyls, of course, but pterodactyls they didn't breathe fire. They were not, anything like that. And plus the idea, the image of dinosaurs that we know for so long, because of constant study and discovery into history of dinosaurs, shows more and more details about them that we didn't know. The fact that many dinosaurs had feathers. So they're giant chickens. Dragons do not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep, for they are crunchy and taste great with ketchup. Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. If you want a real dragon, visit the island of Komodo. There are plenty of them still there, some roughly being the size of a Jeep. Yep. Komodo dragon, please. That's my wisdom for the day. That's brilliant. I do find it fascinating how different cultures around the world, not in contact with each other in any way, do have the concept of dragons. I mean, what made humans around the world to imagine that? Genuinely curious what made them come up with that. Yeah. Well, there's all these movies that have come out for the past 100 years that have dinosaurs in them, whether stop motion or animated or what. I'm not talking about uh, what's the word? Not I'll remember the word after stream. Anthropomorphized or something. That's not the word, but Indonesia actually, where you have dinosaurs that talk, you know. Um, but there's plenty of movies out there that have dinosaurs in them that make noises, but we really don't have any idea what dinosaurs sounded like. There's not going to be any recording of it. We can have an idea. We can do some kind of research as to the size of the body and maybe the kind of sound that will come out of that size of the body, but we really don't know what they sounded like. So for in movies here now, we take sounds from animals that we know of and we contort them, we edit them together, we manufacture them together to make it sound like this creature or that creature. Not animatronic. Oh, Jesus. I can't remember the word. Yeah. Anthropomorphic. That was the word. Anthropomorphized. That was the word I was trying to say. Jurassic Park made them sound scary and make them walk faster than they actually could. Yeah, we don't know what they sounded like. So we have an idea from movies and stuff like that, but that's not accuracy. We don't know that. We never will. Hell, I was just talking to Thrash Maniac was in here earlier, and I mentioned this to him. So if anybody didn't see this, recently there was a probe that has penetrated the surface of the sun, and we now have footage and audio of what windstorms sound like on the sun. That's amazing. That is incredible to know that we have that knowledge now, so we can hear that. It was last night. I was on my phone. I think it was on TikTok, and because that solar probe thing came up in my feed, and I kept kind of swiping through it, something else came up on my phone, and it was footage taken from the Mars rover. And when you think about that, think about the fact that I'm standing in my home with a phone, one of these little things that's connected to a network, and I am looking at footage from another planet right here in my hand. You ever stop to think about that? And how amazing that is? And then that we have footage now and sound from the sun right here. It's not on television. You don't have to go downtown to see it. You can just see it right here. That is mind-blowing. Right, yeah. There's footage and sound now from almost every planet in our solar system that we can find. Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, Jupiter, and everything in between. It's fascinating. That's where we're at in this world of discovery, and people still want to waste time arguing about bullshit. Stuff that in the long run does not frickin' matter. It's the cosmic perspective, as Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about. It is amazing, especially since we used military-grade explosives to take our arses to the moon less than 70 years ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I do agree with the sentiment. It's like, you hear these people that have a lot of money, not going to mention names, that talk about, oh, we can go to Mars, or we could have people visit Mars and all that stuff. Why not take all that money and use it to improve things on this planet first? Could we do that, maybe? Might be a good concept. Maybe it's a good idea. And then once we do fix it down here, then we can worry about discovering more stuff outside this planet home of ours. Wild idea, I know. It's crazy. You should visit a submarine on the way to the Titanic. Right, yeah. Little mini sub. Uh-huh. See, it's like, what about this whole bullshit about them saying that aliens have been discovered in the oceans? What? Who came up with this shit? Because I know you're an expert in that. Yeah, Lateus, don't even pay it any attention. It doesn't mean anything. Just because they say it, you don't have to believe it, nor do you have to listen. So do what we do here and just ignore it. It's not going to happen, never going to happen. So, I have a few dragon figurines, however. I have to find them, but I do have one on my table. I'll show you. Okay. Yeah, I bought Michelle that little dragon egg for her birthday last year. Now I hear a dog barking out there. Nope. Fun fact, because of what he said, Denmark, which owns Greenland, immediately increased spending in the defense of Greenland, making some new bases, I think, and stationing more military. Okay, I just got it. Oh, wow. So the top comes off? Really? That is pretty cool. I like that. Ratatouille later this week, but today I made chicken feta spinach burgers. Oh, there you go. Oh, you can store stuff in it. Okay. It has to do with UFOs. There is plenty of footage of UFOs allegedly going underwater to get away from fighters. Add in that we still discover fish that don't look natural combined, and presto. Exactly. Yep. Okay. That's, when I started hearing, like, oh my God, they discovered UFOs, they discovered aliens in the water. Hold on. Everyone jumps to conclusions when they hear certain buzzwords. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, if you do see the footage that they have of like life on the bottom of the ocean, you could definitely consider those to be like alien type creatures, because they're constantly evolving and changing, and we're not going to see them in normal life. They don't have them at SeaWorld for people to see. So, yeah. It's like, just stop. So they rat and patootie, rapatootie, which does not sound delicious. Regrettably, we are all out of wine. Nopity, no. I've seen a UFO once, but that was only because I was high on shrooms. There you go. Shrooms, man. Oh, man. Spirited discussion today, to say the least. Dragons, UFOs, food, all the stuff we love to talk about here. So I'm probably going to wrap this up here. Thank you guys for hanging out this afternoon. And it was quite creepy, though. It was looking at me through the window. Afterwards, I found out it was just one of the lights kind of giving a reflection. That must have been some good shit. So, new videos up on the channel. First video of the new year, so please check that out. Not only that, but also because of underwater pressure. They look normal under extreme pressure. Once they come to the surface, they are unrecognizable. Look up blobfish for proof. Oh, okay. Oh, great. I didn't even contemplate that one. That's a great idea. It makes total sense. So yeah, new videos up on the channel. I'll be back on here live on Friday for the usual hangout. I'll be on Twitch Wednesday, probably jam on there. So in the meantime, I wish you guys the best, and I hope you have a good week. Rachel, good luck going back to work this week. I'm looking forward to getting back to some kind of normalcy myself. And everyone else, be safe out there, and I will see you all back here real soon. Hornside, my friends. Hope you have a good one.